you guys are okay with being in our piece and read it out loud, and then in doing that it'll kind of be like you all signed it. So that'll be easier than making you all sign.
More eco-friendly. Saving things. We're going green.
We are going green.
No, we do. You don't.
Okay, all right. I don't.
Chris is your camera.
Yep.
I don't know.
We're going to do.
I'm only one guy. I know you're being rude, but apparently only me.
Good job.
Okay, so here's the agreement. I want to be undersigned, which I'm not signing anymore. But at the request of Notre Dame students, Jess, Chris, Matt, and Katie, who are co-producing the University of Notre Dame for the University of Notre Dame, a film entitled Criminal Row, do hereby, on behalf of myself, my heirs, executors, administrators, assign, grant, deliver, oh my gosh, assign and forever release to the University of Notre Dame, its successors, agents, licensees, joint ventures, and assigns and the above named students to all of my rights, titles, and interests in and to all photographs, motion pictures, magazines, prints, videotapes, magnetic and digital recordings, and other forms of technology not presently known. In any and all reproductions of the above now or hereafter made of me by the University of Notre Dame students named above to exhibit, broadcast, publish, display, copyright, reproduce, televise, use, edit, license, dispose of, exploit, or use in any other way whatsoever. I further release the above students in the University of Notre Dame, its agents, employees, successors, licensees, joint ventures, and assigns from any or all claims for compensation, consideration, or damages for libel, slander, invasion of my right to privacy, violation of my right to publicity, or any other claim based on the use of this material. Okay, thanks. And I know some of you guys did sign when we met before, but that covers that.
Super good.
Sorry, I probably messed that up too. Okay. So careless. You want me to say German?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, you guys do your normal meeting stuff too, and you don't need to oppose completely. Thank you, okay.
Nothing normal about it.
Hey everybody, I'm Kurt Richardson. I am the director of the Indiana Paranormal Society. Our website is www.indianaparanormal.us. We're going to do our monthly meeting this year, and we're also going to be discussing Primrose. Like they said, we're going to be filming a documentary out there tonight. After we get done here, we're going to go to dinner at a Mexican restaurant over on Western Avenue in South Bend. After that, we'll head out and actually do the hunt out there on Primrose and be taping again at the hunt. Just a few things about Primrose. I believe the legends are, if you drive over 30 miles an hour down the road, your car will die on you. If you go under 30 miles an hour, car tires are supposed to get slashed. Either way, you're supposed to have to walk out of there. The legend is that there used to be a farmhouse that was built on the land on the left-hand side of the road. They said that it burned down in the late 1930s, and that on certain nights whenever your car breaks down on you out there, the farmhouse will appear. When you walk up to the door, either two things will happen. Either a lady will answer the door, and she is supposedly the lady safe. If she opens the door for you, she's not going to let you use the phone. She's going to say there's no phone here. She's going to send you away. When you get back to your car will start, and you'll be able to go home. If nobody answers the door, you can't get into the house. When you get back to your car, supposedly your car is supposed to be gone. So that's a legend out there. We did a few research out there a couple of years ago. We did the gynecological department, went through all the land plots and found out what was going on there. There was never a farmhouse built on the land. So we know that part was false. I believe in the 1930s when they did the water project over there, it used to be all swampland. And they ended up draining that swamp out of there. And the swamp is now part of a little subdevelopment. They got a little lake built into the subdevelopment. That's where they put all the water. So we'll be experimenting out there. We've got Geiger counters, we've got EVPs, EMF meters. I brought everything out here that we have in our kit. Any questions about the road or what we're going to be doing out there tonight? I think probably what we end up doing is we're going to split into a few small groups. I want to have a few people going down the road in the cars, testing that theory out. Supposedly there's a gravity hill out there, if we can try to find that again. I know at one time when we went out there, we heard what sounded like drums beating out in the distance. Again, we couldn't tell whether it was somebody's home stereo or something turned up. You know, we had to discount it, but it sounded like a steady rhythm going while we were out there. One thing you got to remember too about this place, even though that we've disproved a lot of the urban legends around here, a lot of stuff that people say happened out there, you know, we found out never happened. You've got to remember that as soon as this gets on the web on sites like Shadowlands or, you know, the Forest or anything like that, you're going to have 100 kids out there with Ouija boards trying to do seances, trying to, you know, communicate out there. They can actually bring a spirit or an entity into the area. It may not be haunted, you know, at all until they get out there with their Ouija boards and stuff. You can actually make an area haunted. So keep that in mind. That's why we still go out there and investigate, because we disproved a lot of the theories.
What advice do you have for us, especially because we've been going out a couple times on our own too, and since we're not really as experienced as you guys think,
The biggest thing is just keep going out after it. The more you go out, the more likely you are to get something. You know, it's all about being in the right place at the right time. That's the number one thing out there. Take as much equipment as you can with you out there. Try to do as much as you can. Get as much evidence as you can collect. Don't go just by psychics or sensitives. We do have a few in our group that's with us today that's going to be out there. We can't base an investigation on a feeling or, you know, something they get. But if one of our sensitives comes back with like a name of somebody that's supposed to be in the area, and we go back and do the plot records of the house and find out, you know, that person owned the house, you know, 50 years ago, and there's no way they could have had that information, that leads us, you know, some evidence that something could be going on there. We got to go over all our evidence. For every hour that we're in the field, we normally have 4 to 5 hours of evidence to go over. So I mean, that's a good rule of thumb. So we got to go through everything. Don't discount stuff right offhand. A lot of times you'll get photos that have like a bunch of orbs in it, but it's, you know, to us an orb is not anything special right now unless they're like moving or different colored or something. But if you actually look further into the photo, you can actually find some mist or something like that, maybe some ectoplasm or something. So you don't want to discount stuff right offhand. Always go out with an open mind. We're skeptical. We don't, you know, just believe to, you know, believe, but you always got to have an open mind. If you think something, if you go out there and say nothing's going to happen, if you're being really, you know, skeptical and just, you know, this ain't real, nothing's going to happen, more than likely nothing's going to happen. We've actually had investigations where we're getting a lot of activity. And we had one person in the group that was a complete skeptic, didn't want to believe in anything. When they come around, the activity would drop down. I mean, we'd notice a big drop in the activity. So stuff like that does happen.
Just have you ask the question.
Sure.
Wait a second.
What's that? Just,
So I need for these bags.
oh. Okay, great. Do you have any advice for us since we're just getting started on this project, what we should do as amateur investigators?
He's hitting him up.
Okay, Kurt, do you have any advice for us, because we're just starting on this project, any advice for amateur ghost hunters, I guess? Okay, and then I guess maybe if anybody has any experiences out there or any information, any more information, that was really helpful, but anything else?
I don't know anything.
Like the solar activity for tonight?
No, I didn't. I'll check that when you report.
Okay. Do you mind checking those too?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and
What's the moon phase?
Can't mark what's moving.
Full?
She thinks it's present. Jeff, what's the moon phase for tonight? Yeah.
I'm the one that asked.
Is there any, has anybody gone out there? Have you, what were your experiences?
Years ago, which was the first time I went out there, supposedly the son of Satan was buried in the northeast corner of the cemetery. I don't know why they said that, it's just a flat stone. No name on it, it just looks like some type of family marker or something that's supposed to be, and that's who's buried.
Could you tell us that again? Sorry, we didn't get you much time.
I'm sorry,
Can you
what?
tell us that story again? Just real quick.
Oh,
Just so we
sorry.
get out.
You're gonna do everything quiet.
Hollywood.
Years ago, before I was even involved with the group, when she and some friends like to go out and do some ghost hunting. And supposedly the girl who lives up by there told us that the legend is that the son of Satan is buried in the